Welcome back to the Black Girls Den Salon. My name is Alicia. If you are new here, I have two lovely returning guests, and I'm so excited to introduce. But first, just wanted to let you know about the Black Girls Den Salon. This is where we have community and conversations. Like we're in the salon, but it's very digital, so it's lax. So if you have your bonnet on, if you're just waking up, just join the conversation, comment, and just relax and let's just talk about life. So today's topic is basically the backhanded compliments that bigger women get, like, "Oh, you're so confident for a big girl," like, "You're so cute for a big girl," and how media portrays basically, which is non-existent unless they're like men dressing like women. And so that's kind of our conversation for today. So I have my lovely returning guests, Ashley and Rasha, here. So I'll let them introduce themselves again, and then we can get right into the topic. Whoever wants to go first.
Well, I'll go first. I'm Rasha, and you may have seen me on TLC's Virgins.
Yes.
And I have my own business, Authentic, and I'm just trying to survive life, and that's it.
Love it.
Hi, I'm Ashley, aka Ashley with an I on all platforms. I'm happy to be here. I took a little break from social media, so this will kind of be like my introductory back. And yeah, I'm excited to have the conversation.
Yay!
Yes, and y'all can go check them out on the Black Girls Den podcast because we did some interviews with them. After this episode, go search them. As I start this whole segment or series, I want to know if y'all can share what's your favorite salon memory or what's your first salon memory that y'all have.
My first salon memory was probably when I was in middle school, and I was getting like, back in the day they had Monica when she first came out. She had the short haircut, So I was like in middle school and I was rocking that. And I don't have like any bad experience because when I'm in a salon and I'm getting my hair done, I'm the most terrified because when I really believe like when people place their hands on you, I don't know what they're doing back there. They can mess your hair up. They can put some bad juju. So I'm usually on my phone and just being the perfect person. Just like, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to look wrong in case they mess me up. But, I don't have any bad or good experience. I just go in there, laser focused, terrified. And then every time I get out, I'm satisfied. So I don't be saying nothing. Terrified.
Not terrified.
Mine, like, as like Black women, sometimes we go to the salon, sometimes we go to somebody's house.
Right.
So mine, we had this lady who would do our silk presses. Her name was Tokisha. We would go to her house every 2 weeks. And she didn't use like the plug-in flat irons or none of that. She had all the old school tools and all that. But baby, when I tell you that hot comb used to be so hot, we used to be sitting there like making sure that like the steam don't burn us. But baby, when I tell you, by the time we was done, that silk press was just
okay.
It was like, and once she did my hair like middle school, high school, like she was an integral part of Ashley's experience coming into womanhood. And we still follow each other on Facebook now. She watched me grow up. I'm like grown. It's been a really, really like full circle moment kind of sometimes when she sees me post like my grown stuff on Facebook. I remember when you were 12. So yeah, that's what because I realized like your beauticians watch you grow up if you've been for a long time. So.
But like we all the way grown now.
Yeah. I know. Actually, I had a beautician. I like went to the shop one time, and I don't know what even happened. I can't remember, but I think she left the shop, and then ever since then, I was going to her house. So I was at her house all the time for real. Like, but I was like, it was getting weird to me because I was like, it was not set up. I had to go upstairs and wash, go downstairs. I'm like, girl, what is this? Okay, but that's when someone's was really in, so I was getting my son. So yeah, that was cool. Like I was like, I've never been in the house, but I also used to go to some people's houses to get my hair braided. Like I know about braiding some people's houses, but I was like, oh, not my hairstylist is at her house. She's like, bump that fee, child. I'm gonna come to the house. So that's interesting.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think I've been here for like 2 years or something like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a memory that I can remember. It's like talking to them and just really like building that community and that
Yeah.
bond. Like you have to really have trust, like with
Yeah.
your hair and like sacredness. Like you have to have that trust and that bond with them
Hmm.
for them to really like do your hair, to like to get to know you. And I think our hair is like very important. Like it's
Yeah.
something that is like we have every day. And so I feel like sometimes nowadays that salon culture is kind of lacking because I'm like, I actually did go to a salon one time, but it wasn't that many people. But like, when you go on Saturday mornings or Friday nights, it'd be packed. You get all the
Right.
stuff, you be talking about shows and stuff. And I feel
Hmm.
like now so many people have gone away from the salons, whether they do it at their home or they like rent booths and stuff like that. I feel like it's a different type of culture.
It
So I
is.
feel like, bring it back, but virtual.
Yeah. It's very different. Hmm.
Yes, yes. So,
I also feel like the skills don't be skilling
Right.
the way
That
that they
part
used to skill.
at
You know
all.
what I mean? I feel like the silk presses don't look the same. The
Don't.
braids don't look the same.
Don't.
Like it seemed like the new girls really the only thing that they know how to do is installs. And
Yeah.
there's a time and a place for that,
Hmm.
but sometimes we still got to know how to do the basics
Right.
because if you can't do a proper silk press,
Yeah.
that's basic. If you can't even
Hmm.
do a blow dry, that's basic.
Yep.
When people want those little finger waves, that's basic. And like the girls not really doing the basics no more.
why did this lady tell me? I was asking her, like, I literally was like, hey, she just got her hair done or whatever. And I was like, oh, where'd you get your hair done or whatever? She's like, well, she's kind of cheap, but you got to come with your hair, wash, condition, and blow. Huh?
No.
Thank you. I don't want to come with all that. That's the whole point. I don't want to do that part.
Right.
Now I'm like and now you can't even walk into a hair salon. Like, how sometimes you could do like walk-ins when we were younger, and now it's like, baby, you got to put a deposit. You got to go to their link in their bio. You got to go and look to see if they got good reviews, bad reviews. Like it's just
Right.
much
It's too
now.
much.
Like,
Too much.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
like you just be like, sometimes that's why people be shaving their hair off or getting locks. I'm just like, it just be
Yep. That's why I got my locks the first time. I was like, come to I can't trust nobody and they be acting up. And then I can't do my hair anyway. Let me tell y'all don't even want to know what's under here.
right.
Crazy.
And that's why we wear scarves and bonnets. Okay, period.
Listen, I'm a firm black girl that don't know how to do her hair.
Okay.
And I feel like we are an overlooked portion of the population, truly.
Because you
Because
have a
when I tell you I don't even know how to I don't know how to do a side part. If it wasn't for these braids, I wouldn't have been able to do this half up, half down. Like I stand firm and I will outsource that labor. I will support the black economy
Okay.
by hiring a black woman or a black
Okay.
man to do my hair.
Can't do it.
Yes, we love that. Okay, because we gotta, support the people. So yeah, so that's the little salon diary type of thing. Thanks for sharing. We're going to get into our topic. I'm going to play the video of Gabourey. I hope I'm really saying her name right, Sibade, because I tried to practice every time. So if she ever sees this girl, I tried. Okay, whoever watching this. So let's get into the video, and then we will have commentary after.
To have a conversation with me in order to like me. But if you can just see me, you're fat, black, ugly, all of these things. And like, here's the thing, I'm fly as and my husband love me down, bro. Like, like I'm actually really, really dope. But it's the way the world works. It's the way the world sees beauty. The standard of beauty, none of us can hit it. You know what I mean? Like the universal standard of beauty, I'm the antithesis of. And so that's the world I live in. And even now, sometimes, like, it's so weird how, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, your skin, you're so amazing. That's because you think I'm worth something because I'm an actor, because you know what I do for a living.
So, what are y'all thoughts after y'all see that? I listen to that.
Okay, I go first. Okay. So that brought so much back to me because it's all true. Okay. I don't have a dating experience or anything like that. I have a bad relationship with men because they all treat me like, well, my experience is treat me like crap because I'm fat, black, and ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And my relationship with my ex-husband, I was treated the same way. You know, I never was felt, men never made me feel like I was enough or I was worthy of anything. So that's
Mhm.
my experience I have with men. Um, I feel that now, since the show finished, I'm getting all these DMs and stuff, and everybody want to, you know, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm like, no, 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 we're not going to do that. Remember, I'm fat, black, and ugly, right? We're not doing that. So, in my mind, because of what I went through, I don't even know if, even if a good guy did come to me,
Mhm.
how I would react with it. So, I mean, like, I understand everything she's saying. Like, I'm glad she found her person, but
Mhm.
I don't
Mhm.
have no good experience. Like, I'm just fat, black, ugly over here.
Well, you're not that black and ugly, but I understand the sentiment.
No.
You know, um, growing up in California as a dark skinned black woman who's also overweight, like this, the perception of what the standard of beauty is
Mm-hmm.
like changes depending, or I shouldn't say changes, but it's kind of influenced by different things depending on where you live,
Yeah.
even though at the crux of it, blonde, blue eyed, skinny as possible,
Yep.
etc., is what people are trying to attain,
Yeah.
what people are willing to settle for on within that spectrum will look different depending on where you are, right?
Yeah.
So I think the idea of like just understanding where you exist within like the spectrum of desirability
Mm-hmm.
is very, very important, because I remember like the character she played, Precious. I
Mm-hmm.
remember that being used as an insult, like you
Right.
precious looking ass bitch, or
Mm-hmm.
look at you over there looking like Precious. And
Mm-hmm.
if I were her, I would be like, damn, how I look, who I am, is being used as an insult to
Mm-hmm.
specifically black, dark skinned women.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know what type of like mind games that would have on me if I were her, because I know what it's like to just exist as a fat, black, dark skinned woman
Mm-hmm.
that, doesn't fit into the spectrum of what is considered desirable, right? But if I
Mm-hmm.
was being used as an insult, I don't even know how I would take that. And I think that, like, there comes a point where you kind of understand where you exist and you accept where you exist, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't allow that to influence the way that you move and the way that you date and all of that. Like,
Yeah.
I really appreciate the fact that she talked about the fact that she's a dope person. But
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to know that I'm a dope person, you have to talk to me. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that I realized, or I recognized in that clip, they never
Mm-hmm.
disagreed with her.
They were
They
like,
never like interjected. They let her speak because what she was saying was facts, right? And
"Mhm,
they
Mm-hmm.
kind of just let her talk, let her talk, let her talk. And it's like, it's one thing to not be considered like attractive or desirable, but like, why do then people have to treat you like shit if you're not somebody that they want to have sex with?
Mm-hmm.
Why is the reaction to somebody you don't want to be with, you don't find attractive? Why is the behavior bad? Why is the way you treat them bad?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like, I come across a lot of people I'm not attracted to. I'm coming across a lot of people I don't want to be with. But my default setting with them isn't to be an asshole. It's still to treat them like a human being. And I
mhm,
don't know why the default setting is to treat people like assholes if you're not attracted to them. And I
Mm-hmm.
think men do that very, very often, very, very frequently, in ways that I don't even think that they recognize.
Yeah.
Ways that it's so ingrained in society that I think that, like, if they're not calling you a fat, ugly bitch, they think that they are being nice. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you letting the door slam in my face,
Mm-hmm.
nice. You coming up and speaking to everybody apart from me, not nice. You
Mm-hmm.
willing to do favors for everybody, get people a ride, buy drinks for everybody except for me, not nice. And
Mm-hmm.
those are like little things that, like, your friends who do fit the beauty standard don't recognize, and the things that men who don't find you attractive, they don't recognize.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things that popped into my head watching that clip.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
said so much. I'm trying to remember everything you said so I can hit on it. But at the basis, I wrote this down. It's like treat people with kindness. You
Mm-hmm.
know what's going on. And to your point, that and like it's sad because on the opposite, there's pretty privilege, right? So it's like them men are only being nice to you because they want something. So at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with the men. And a lot of those comments said like, it's sad that she's talking to these men because on the regular day they would walk past her. And I was
Yeah.
invisibility of being a bigger woman. That's what it is. Like they're just sitting there because they know they would never talk to her. So I'm like, you professing your love and are like your sadness about what it is, and they're just like, oh, they're eating it up because they would never even talk to you. They wouldn't give you time of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was looking at, I heard something where somebody said men, that when a woman like tells them no, I'm not interested, and they get defensive, they are defensive because they would never be nice to, or no, it was like, okay, so if you're nice to a man, they take it as you like them, and they say that they think that because a man is not nice to a woman they're not interested in.
Yes.
I heard that, and I was like, that's facts.
Mm-hmm.
They facts. Like, it's real easy to read them. That's why I call them hoes. Like, all men is just like, that's why I say, because that's what they be like. And I know I'm probably wrong because my friend was like, don't say that, Rasha, because you're going to speak it into existence. I said, well, that's all I'm coming with. And I'm sorry. I know it's not right, but no, I don't know. It's me. I got a problem.
Change our alter our thing because the way that we're treated, but it's just like being a big woman, you have to feel like you have to earn your social standards. And Brie Renee talks about this too. It's like you know, she was trying to be like the cool girl because she was like bigger, but it's like these, and I'm not even trying to be rude, but like these like physically fit women, whatever, they could be rude and they could be nasty. Oh, but
Right.
she's fine. You could be,
Right.
but you can't be big.
Right.
Like you're, what are we focusing on? Like big as the issue,
Right.
and I don't understand that. And to your point, like I don't even know if you all knew this, but I heard Gabby on like a couple of episodes. Y'all know Precious is from a book called Push. Just want to know that. And the lady, it's Black History Month, so the lady's name is Sapphire, and I think, I don't know if Sapphire, her real name is Ramona. She's from California. I don't know if she was bigger growing up, but in the book it says something about like an illiterate child. So you know, Precious was illiterate, and she got abused by her father because that's where the kids came from, right?
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing is, I'm just like, but why did the girl have to be overweight?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's like, what, I don't know, because you know, well, you write from things, so I'm not, I don't know Ramona's overweight or whatever, but I think in the book, I think they said it was an overweight girl in the book, but it's like, but why does she have to be overweight? So then you go on there and you get in this girl, and so Precious, Gabby is saying that when people do Precious, like they always talk about her like running with a box of chicken. I genuinely do not know any bigger woman that's eating a whole 10-piece box of chicken. Like,
That right. That part.
I have no idea who's doing that. And so when you have that, you have those perceived connotations. And then you see Rasputia coming out with Eddie Murphy. Well, first of all, he's a woman, and then you're seeing that, and it's just kind of molded in your brain. And so it's like, you can't be treated with kindness. But then, oh, if she now she has a white man, you got something to say about her, but y'all will never give her the time of the day. And then you're portraying that in this media. And even like men, literally, like I've seen men that I'm not attracted to, and I'm just nice in general, like you're saying, like, why does it go from, oh, I'm not attracted to you, to like, oh, I don't have to speak to you, or like, oh, I don't have to hold doors, like, and I can see that in college setting. This girl even said that she's seen it in the D9 area, like, she was with her sorority sister and she was the bigger woman. No men talked to her. It's just like, we're not in, you clearly see me like we're not invincible, but it's like, why do we have to be treated like we're invisible, all because you do not find us attractive?
Mm-hmm.
And quiet as crap, these men are not even that cute. Y'all
That
not,
part.
y'all not even that cute, for real, for real. And we she shows on Love Is Blind, them women are gorgeous, them men be about 5 out of 10s, and y'all be having all this hype, like, y'all are not that cute. So don't be trying to come for us when you think that. And then the fact is, like, they think bigger women have low confidence. Like, no, they don't. And so that, speaking of like the backhanded compliments of like, oh, you're so confident. Like, what does that mean? You're so confident. Are you not?
Right.
Mm.
Like, I don't understand that. And somebody's had said that to me a couple times. I'm like, what does that mean? You're so confident. Oh, so you're so confident. Because I could dress. Just say, girl, you could dress.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do we have to get back in and comment? Oh, you're so beautiful for a big girl. I know this isn't about it, but even like, oh, you're so beautiful for a dark skinned girl. Because honestly, I'm like, I don't even think you're honestly a dark skin. I'm like, you're brown, but like, you know, but it's like, what are these like? Oh, you're so like, no, just say people are beautiful, but you can't take the see because what you're seeing portrayed in media, and so that's why I think media has something, because they don't ever show big girls, or they'll show them like Kelly, like they'll show like the friend, like the cool friend, something like that. It's like, No, where is the like the love interest? Where's the storylines? Because black and then also blue, whatever, blue eyes, white child, then they don't even always be cute either. So it's just like we have to be portrayed in this way, and then it's in us. We see it, then we live through it, but people don't think that is wrong. You don't want nobody to treat you wrong. It's basically, and this is not trying to say that this is the same, but when I think about it, it's basically treating people like they have a disability, kind of low. Treating people like, oh, we don't talk to her, like, oh, because sometimes people with disabilities, they feel invisible. And I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's like the same sentiment to me. It's like, how are we being treated differently just because we're big? Like, why are people being treated that have disability? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I get that.
I think, like, for us, it's not just that we're big, it's also that we're black and we're dark skinned and we're women. Because dark skin or men, regardless of race, don't get treated the same way that big girls do. And then when you want to add a layer to it, we are also dark skinned black women who just so happen to be plus size. And men do not get treated the same way that their female counterparts get treated. So even this idea of like having low self-esteem or whether or not you should be confident or whether or not you should settle, those are conversations that are only relegated to women. Men have a completely different experience.
Daddy. I said, look at Trick Daddy. I mean, bigger black men, and that's what I'm saying. Bigger black men have this. They love them. They love, oh, they teddy bears. They teddy bears. Where's that same energy for the women or whatever? Like all these skinny women begin these bigger men. I'm like, okay, I'm surprised. Like what?
Okay. Do black women have a term of endearment that is similar to teddy bears? Because when you say, "Oh, he's a teddy bear," we know exactly.
Yep.
I mean, maybe BBW, but I don't feel like that is the same.
No, I like that word. I was gonna ask y'all, how do y'all feel even about the word plus size?
I think I don't feel anything bad about it. I mean, it's the right. I mean, it's plus size. I mean, I'm not medium.
I don't like the word plus size, me personally.
You don't like the plus size?
No, I actually hate it.
Why? Tell me more.
Because why are you calling what? Where did the term plus size come from? And what is plus size? We all have a size. We all are different sizes. Why does just because you're 18 you're plus size? Why are we categorizing that? And I think it comes from the BBW2 thing. Like, why are we why are we saying like you can be big, like okay, we're bigger women, but you don't have to say we're plus size because what's the size? What's the plus on the size?
I get it.
Because I know
it's putting a
label.
Sorry,
yeah.
I was just gonna say, I know within the plus size community, like if I were to call myself plus size, women who are bigger than me would be like, "You are not plus size. You can go inside the store and find clothes that fit your body. You are not plus size." Okay, I'm not plus size. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. Like, okay. But then on the flip side of that, someone who is smaller than me will look at me and be like, "Oh, you are plus size." So it's kind of like depending on where you fall within the size spectrum, it's almost like my size in particularly, I feel like I exist in this in between because sure, every now and again I may be able to go into a store and find like something, but it's nowhere near the options it would be if I was smaller.
Yeah.
But I also do have the privilege of being able to go into the store and being able to find something and not have to like exclusively shop online. So it's like this weird in between. And I feel like who is plus size depends on who you are talking to. Because I feel like there's no universal definition for what is and isn't plus size anymore based off of the person's size that you are talking to.
Yeah. Because again, it's like holding up the beauty standard. Like, okay, Susie over here, size 5 is the beauty standard. So I get it.
American come out, it was called entire plus size.
She never been plus size. She may have been bigger than she was when she was walking the runway, but she ain't even plus size now.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I hate the word, and I just feel like it's a target on bigger women. Just say that. And to your point, it's like in 5X or 6, I don't even know how much, like 600 pounds, like, they have 600 pound life, 500 pound life. twin. So it's just like this whole spectrum. Just say they're bigger women. We don't need another label on something else. And I just do not like that word. And when people come like, oh yeah, like plus size, plus, I'm just like, I don't like that. But then, with the internet, everybody catches on stuff, so they just use it. But I'm like, I don't really like that word for the word like curvy. How this says curvy women, like curvy sounds a little bit better, but I don't like the idea of like there's this certain size, and just because you're not an 8, you're plus size. I don't like that.
Yeah, get it.
So, yeah, I have another video. I don't know if y'all know about. Have y'all heard about Samira?
Yes.
How you were talking about shopping and clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That Easy did. It was like a big or whatever. So we're gonna get into that because we're talking about shopping. We're talking about navigating life as that. So I thought to share this to see y'all thoughts about this. So
Okay.
I'm going to share this video real quick. Let's see if it comes.
Hi, excuse me. Where's her plus sizes? Yeah, plus sizes. Oh, you don't know?
We would only have them right here, but
Okay. I'll go tab.
I asked them where the plus sizes are, and she brought me this, and she said this is the biggest size they have. Can you believe this is a 4X? Like, this is not plus size. My little sister can fit in this. It's 2026. Like, you companies need to do better. Like, this is discrimination, and I'm just tired of it.
Hell no, this didn't fit. No, and I also measured the doors, and I just want to say that they are absolutely way too small.
oh,
Yeah, that doesn't meet the regulations of actual plus size women. So if you guys can talk to the manager about that, I'd be happy.
you can talk the manager in the front.
Okay, thank you.
And
They done gave me a ticket out in LA. Look at this meter. Look what it says. Sometimes I diet. Oh, okay. Y'all fat phobic, huh? They are fat phobic out here, just so y'all know. Fat phobic might as well just be homophobic, bitch.
Not that last part. Do that. What do y'all think about that video?
I'll start. She also wore that outfit to like a streamer event where there were other like large black streaming creators. And she was allowing them to grab on her prosthetic boobs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna suspend that for a second. And this isn't necessarily, I believe I made a video about this. This isn't necessarily commentary for Evie, Easy, whatever the hell her name is. But the reason why she felt comfortable and emboldened to make a video like that is because of all the other videos of people saying, Samira, you're doing too much. Samira, you're overreacting. Samira, you need to calm down. Samira, it's not always about being plus size. And of all the videos of people like saying that she's getting on their nerves and she's doing too much, which is why she felt comfortable making a video essentially mocking her. And the exaggerated facial expressions, like it was all like, it was a lot of misogynoir in there to me, but I feel like she's doing too much. But then the videos that y'all do allow people to do stuff like this. So like, she's going to continue to do too much because y'all are going to continue to embolden people to make videos like this. And that video was about Samira, but like, it's really punching down on all bigger women because like, what was the point of like, and honestly, if you was going to do the fat suit, you should have committed. Your bottom should have matched. You should, you know what I mean? Like, why was your bottom so skinny and then you had the fake stuff up here? Like, commit to the bit. Don't half-ass. Like, either you're gonna do it or you're not, right? And so I just kind of feel like I blame the internet for that video because that video, the context around when that video launched was the same time everybody was saying Samira's getting on my nerves. She's doing too much after the diet thing with the whatever the hell it is.
The diet culture thing with the
And that's when everybody started making videos. Samira's getting on my nerves. Samira's doing too much. You always complaining. You always this. Why don't you start your own line? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? That and the backdrop of that was the whole Cardi B that she got into it with Cardi B. So that happened, and then the whole meter thing happened.
Yeah,
and then this happened.
Yeah, it was like Meteor, Cardi B. Oh yeah, talking about her fans and stuff. Yeah.
Now, see, I have a in between with that. Like, Okay, so my biggest size was 350 pounds.
Hmm.
So, and I lost about 90 pounds. So I'm still a big girl. And coming from that and just be still being a big girl, I think that first people should mind their business, because if you are happy at the size that you're in and you feel comfortable in the size that you're in, then you should be happy doing that, and it's nobody's business. But I don't feel that um, I don't feel like it's good to be like, hey, I'm like 400 or 500 pounds, and um, you know, okay. So what I'm trying to say is that for me, anyway, I can only speak for me. I wasn't happy, and I'm still not happy with being a big girl
Mhm.
because of my health. My
Mhm.
knees hurt, my back hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things that I want to do that I can't do,
Mhm.
that I still want to do. Is society geared to skinnier, smaller people? Yes. Um, and that's just the world we live in. You
Mhm.
know, that's just the world we live in. So if you want to, and also if you want to be comfortable, I don't think that, you know, honestly, truthfully, a lot of weight on you is unhealthy. That's
Mhm.
why you have diabetes. That's why you have joint pains and things like that. So I think it's important to focus on your health, and with focusing on your health, then I'm sure you will lose weight. But don't make weight the thing. Like, okay, I need to lose weight because I want to be skinny. You want to be healthy, and then the weight will fall. But don't make the weight as part, because you can be a big girl and be healthy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You can be big girls. You can run track. You can do all kinds of things and be big. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, like, take responsibility for what you're doing to your body, and you also have to be okay with how people see you. Because for me, being a big girl, honestly and truthfully, I didn't have discipline. I ate what I wanted, you know what I'm saying? And that's what caused the weight gain,
Mhm.
but also, I don't want somebody on the outside saying, oh, but you need to do this, you need to do that because of the standard. And I don't want you around because you're so big and this and that. I don't want you telling me that, because deep down I know, but that's still my life. So I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of it. And I don't know if I'm making sense or not, but
I
I just think that, I mean, that's what I think.
I would disagree, and I would kind of challenge you on a couple of
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
many people have diabetes. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't always like that whole thing of like, oh, big people are unhealthy, but no, some
Yeah.
people can run, they can do like I know people who are skinny who have diabetes. And also it's about aesthetics. I know skinny people who eat Cheetos, who eat McDonald's, who eat this. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
never been about health on the internet. It's all about aesthetic. If you because skinny people do mukbangs like Be Lovely, she do mukbangs all the dang time. But
Mm-hmm.
see a bigger person doing mukbangs. Oh, that's unhealthy. They're eating the same everyday thing of crab legs all the time. It's
Yeah.
not, on the internet. It's about aesthetic and it's about image, and I can
Mm-hmm.
understand. So they don't care about health.
Yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
care about Samara fighting against it. And
Mm.
the video because he's basically mocking Samara. Like it's a different thing. People talk about comedy and like, oh, you could joke about big girls, you could joke like people make jokes about it, but you're literally mocking a creator
Mm-hmm.
and you think that is funny, but you're able to think that like you're able to bully her because everybody's saying that they don't like her, but literally you're showing what she's doing. Because where did you find a fat suit at? And they talk about Easy because she's really like, well, she's like a stutter, she's gay, but they were talking about she doing like these other videos or whatever. But like you're mocking a person, you're not mocking big girls as in like, oh, big girls are like, I don't even know. And this is just an example. I don't mean like big
Mm-hmm.
girls eat candy all day. You're not saying that as a thing. You're literally taking her content. Like she goes into stores, Samara goes into stores and be like, where's the plus size? She'd be like, an extra large isn't a plus size. So she's taking her content, like Ashley was saying, like she was able to do that because she was so comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. Like that's bullying. You're mocking somebody
Yeah.
when you're taking their content versus if you just did like a whole like a fat like a basically like a big girl joke.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think that one, you need to go back to treating people with kindness. You don't know how come that girl got big. You don't know what's going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
Your depression could look different. Somebody's depression could look like they in the gym every day. Somebody else's depression could look like they do eat a lot. They do have things, but everybody has underlining things, and you, not you, but like they just aren't big with it. But
Mm-hmm.
candy, people eat food, people eat all these kind of things. People have back problems. People have issues with their legs. Like people have all these kind of problems. Only reason why you can see it, to your point, was the discipline, right? But I just seen this boy. He talking about, I have 5% fat, but I don't eat vegetables. There was no outrage from him, but he
Yeah.
don't got body fat. So
Yeah.
I'm over this conversation. People don't care about your healthy. People just care about images, and they can say whatever they want to say, and that's not how it needs to go. So
Yeah.
don't worry about that bigger. If she's trying to lose weight, she's trying to lose weight. I don't know if Samara's trying to lose weight, but she's just bringing something to light.
Yeah.
What's changed the thing? We should still bring this to light, because just how I would say attractive people should be able to feel comfortable, bigger people should be able to feel comfortable as well too. And I'm not saying that you should be like 1,000 pounds. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like we should be able to exist in a world. And who makes those beauty standards? White men, patriarchy, misogyny. That's not fair. And if people are trying, people are trying. I shouldn't have to be talked to crazy because I'm black, I'm big, and I'm dark skinned. And I
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's true. I think that's also my conditioning too in the society. But everything you said is I definitely agree with, and I didn't see that point of it. So that's why I think it's important to have these discussions, because I would never thought about what you just said like that. Like, it's just about being included, and you don't have to make fun of someone just because they're a different size, and it's about being included in things. So I do get that. But that's why we need to have these discussions, because society have us all messed up, and
Social
you
media and
know,
everything. And you think you can just make fun of people. And I'm
yeah,
not, she's not even a real comedian. I mean, you just do
yeah,
TikTok shit, so
mm-hmm,
you're not a real comedian to me.
yeah,
Like,
mm-mm-mm.
you have something to say, Ashley?
I was just gonna say that, like, with the whole Samara thing,
Mm-hmm,
what it really reminded me of, you know how like when like athletes speak out
mm-hmm,
like racism or something, and then the
mm-hmm,
commentators are like, just shut up and ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the vibe that I get with the whole Samara situation.
yeah,
Like, shut up and take it, shut up and eat, shut up and lose
yeah,
weight, shut up and just like, she shouldn't say anything. And I don't like the overall messaging around it, because essentially what I hear is you want people to shut up and accept the abuse.
yeah,
You want, and I phrase it that way because it's not just about that situation was about punching down on bigger women, but it could be about racism, it could be about disability, it could be about consent, it
mm-hmm,
could be about any form of abuse, and just telling somebody to shut up and take it. I feel like when it comes to conversations around harm and abuse and stuff like that, we actually need to think about like what we're saying, because what it boils down to is just shut up and take the abuse.
yeah,
And I don't like that particular language. And then to another point about aesthetics, nobody says Saweetie is unhealthy.
mm-hmm,
Nobody says when she get on here with her little jailhouse concoctions that she's unhealthy.
mm-hmm,
Nobody says when she gets on TV to perform and she can't do the dance moves and she's out of breath.
mm-hmm,
Nobody says she's unhealthy.
mm-hmm,
There's a certain person having a tour right now,
mm-hmm,
out of breath. Now, nobody says when it was brought up how unhealthy it is to
mm-hmm,
drop a baby and then go on tour, the person who said it got backlash. And
mm-hmm,
it wasn't even about being overweight, it was about just the overall stress on your body of being pregnant and
Mm-hmm.
then dropping the baby and then immediately going on tour. That's a lot on your body. That was a general health conversation. And like
mm-hmm,
when the tour first started, she says she out of breath. You know
mm-hmm,
what I mean? You can see that she having a hard time. She was
mm-hmm,
on that one show where she was out of breath before she even started the tour. And because people are pointing out that she's out of breath, people are attacking the people who are pointing it out.
mm-hmm,
Like, but because she's not overweight,
It don't matter.
she's cute.
yeah,
Nobody is having those types
mm-hmm,
of conversations. And so I feel like whenever there's conversations around like weight again, because men don't have these conversations. Fat ass men can get
yeah, yeah,
nobody
yep,
says anything.
yep,
Nobody says anything. As soon as it's a woman, you're sloppy, you're nasty, you need to lose weight, you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. Or not to bring this up, but there was a situation with me that happened last year. A lot of people were like, if I was her, because I would have just accepted the date. I would have just taken it. I would have just, then go on the date. Because what you're saying is you want people to just set up and accept whatever type of behavior that you would accept because you would feel a certain type of way if you look like this. And these conversations are only relegated to women. And I think that is the other part of this, is how all of these conversations are steeped in like sexism and misogyny, because we don't have these conversations about men.
Right. And that's the same. And that's why I said what I said, because of the conditioning that I had and what I had experiences with men and me not being enough because of my weight. And I'm associating that with, okay, well, maybe I'm not good enough because I need to. And now I'm thinking, like, when y'all saying these things, like, it's what's these going on in society, what these men is talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not good enough. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm too big. I need to lose weight because, and wow.
Because they don't go to doctors. They don't go to the doctor.
Right.
For them to get their annual checkup.
You don't know what a my chart is.
Okay.
So you talking about I'm unhealthy? Are you talking about I'm big? So you don't even go to the doctor.
Know what a PCP is.
Wow.
They're funky because they ain't got them cavities treated.
Wow.
Like, hell, can't see because they ain't been to an eye doctor. Like, what that say? Like,
dental health is what's really, if my teeth is good, I'm good, but I don't know about you. Like, so that I don't even like that. And you said something, Ashley, about, oh dang, I just forgot it. But dang it, what did you say about, Cardi B over here talking about, she's like, I'm about to get my butt out because she's like falling. She's like, it's a lot of weight on her or whatever. But Lizzo could do a whole thing, violin, boop, 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 boop. But y'all trying to call her unhealthy. But now y'all think she's cute because now she's 10 pounds. But y'all were trying to do something else when she was a bigger girl. But she was on that stage, ain't out of breath, ain't out of nothing. Okay. So what are we really talking about?
And there's a point to like circle back to what Gabby was saying in her video, is how people value her based off of what they know that she does. And I've been sitting here reflecting on this conversation around value, right? Because outside of the social media stuff, but when people find out what I did for a living had value. Let me just say it this way. When people find out that I've gone to law school, completely changes the conversation. When people find out I have no children, completely changes the conversation. And I'm sitting here thinking about, like, because you're plus size, like if there's like 10 levels, because you're plus size, you're already at 0. And they have to find out other things about you in order for you to like increase your value to them. And I've been sitting here like reflecting on certain things, like I was being asked these questions because somebody was trying to place value on me and figure out based off that value how they wanted to treat me, how they wanted to move with me, how they wanted to exist in this space with me. And I don't think I've ever clocked it before prior to this moment right here. And I'm just sitting here like, huh.
Oh, I'm always
a whole lot of realization right now. Yep, me too.
Because I had that question too. I was going to ask y'all, like, how has it tended or helped your value in society or your identity? And I think about that even with networking events. Like, if you don't have an answer about what you do, people place value on whatever they have. To me, I'm like, I don't like that type of networking. Like, oh, what do you do? Where do you work? Don't worry about that. Get to know me. Get to know who that is. But also, when you go, like, even when we think about going to like these happy hour events or like these, like I don't really go to, what is it called? Speed dating and stuff like that. They're gonna raise a value on you. Oh, you do this, and I don't think about it as in like name my skin place, but I'll be like, I don't even tell dudes this. I don't tell dudes anything, so they don't have no value on me. Like, I don't really tell them that I have my master's degree, and that's just me. Like, I don't talk about it like that. But like, I have my master's degree. I'd be like telling them what I work. They're like, oh, you smart. But I'm like, you're going to know who this is. And I don't even really tell them about my content creation or nothing like that. It's just something that I hold, because you're not going to place that value in me. Like, oh, she does content. I'm like, oh, she has a master. You're like, no, you're not going to know none of that stuff. You're just going to get to know me. And that's what you're going to like me for me. So I don't even share any of that stuff. I think I have it so people read it, but dudes don't be reading. So they don't ever know. And so I think that like my value and my confidence, it has to come from me or to know that who I am. And I feel like as women, we need to know that. Women in general, we need to know that.
Yeah.
Because like we do place our value on like, oh, let's go get another degree. I'd be darn like I am not proving myself. I'm not getting another degree or for nothing. Who is paying for it? Not me. And so
Right.
like, sometimes like with the it's more of an extrinsic value versus intrinsic value. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if we valued ourselves more, and no shade, no tea, but if we don't have no pick me girlies out there, like it'd be harder for the men. But
Yeah.
pick me girlies
Yep.
other girlies pick are the bird brains child. And also another thing is like people are talking about this now. Just because you are a preference does not mean you get treated better. Look at Cardi B. Look at the game. Look at Shanice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For example, like just because you're the preference does not mean you even get treated better. So why are y'all over here scapegoating for these men? They don't
Right.
care.
Yep.
So that's how I feel. And I don't even know, like, I was gonna say if the white women have a different experience than us, but because I be seeing there be bigger white women and they be with black men. So I be so confused.
I
But
don't
you
know why.
is big and she black, but you don't like bigger black women.
Because it's the listen, I've been thinking about making a video about this, but like I so I believe that there are times where people can just so happen to there are men who date everybody. If I like you and you cool, I'm willing to date you. There are some men who meet an Asian woman and just so happen to fall in love with them, meet a white woman, right? But if all of your history is a certain type of woman, that speaks a lot to me. And black men who exclusively date light-skinned and or biracial black women, I view those relationships through the same lens as I view the relationships as black men with white women, because that light skinned and or biracial black woman, her blackness is not why you are with her. It is her proximity to whiteness that you like about her. It is not the blackness. The blackness is there. So by default, you can say you are with the black woman. But if her proximity to whiteness was not what it was, they would not be with her. Right. And I say all that to say a bigger white woman, black men will like the bigger white woman because of their not their proximity to whiteness, but because of their whiteness. Their whiteness offsets the bigness. You get what I mean? So
Mm.
you're black
Mm.
and you're big. No,
Mm.
I can't do that.
And
But the
that's
white woman, her access to whiteness, her access to the white patriarchy, her access to white supremacy, that is what I like. That is what I enjoy. And she just so happens to be big, but all those other things will offset that. And that's why I'm a big believer, regardless to the size of black woman, date the people who want to date you, date the people who are checking for you, date the people that show interest in you, and don't just, you can have your preference, but don't limit your options. You know what I mean? Dr.
Period.
Pepper is my favorite beverage. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper, baby.
But I will drink
Okay.
water.
Mhm.
I will have Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
I will have a Pepsi. I
Mm-hmm.
will drink lemonade. I will not limit my options to
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper, especially because Dr. Pepper is harming me.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper has shown me that it is not good for my body.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper has shown me that it doesn't necessarily love me the way that I love them.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I continue to put all my coin into Dr. Pepper when
Mm-hmm.
like water is very good?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Water
Mm-hmm.
is beneficial for the body.
Mm-hmm.
It may taste nasty,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good for my body. Now I'm being like jokey, but
Well,
all in all, what I'm saying is
Yeah.
technology.
go where like Gabby did. Go
Mm-hmm.
date the person who wants to date you, like Serena
Yep.
did. Go date the person who wants to date you. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like, and I don't. I'm not gonna say when we get off of this. We need to circle back because I have a comment because I don't want to say this online. But if more Black women decided to open up their options and explore people who were not Black men, our marriage rates would look completely different.
Yeah.
Our Black women's overall happiness would look completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the way we show up in the workplace would look completely different. The
Mm-hmm.
way these children are being raised would be completely different. And
Mm-hmm.
I think, honestly, Actually, I'm not gonna say that online. We can circle back to that. But yeah, I think if we changed who we wanted to date, I feel like our life outcomes would look different
Yeah.
as a collective.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say this online because you brought up a point and I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to have to do it. Black love. We're so attached to this black love, bump black love. We're so attached to this black love that is detrimental. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I know, rest in peace. I know he is a good civil rights leader, but having a baby on your wife 20 years later and thinking that that's black love. Let's celebrate 60 years. I never knew he was even married. And I know y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't got to say his name. Hopefully, y'all know. I never knew this man was even married to then go watch a video of his what are they called? I don't even know. Um mistress. For her to say she's not a mistress, he was definitely a pick me. To have a kid and then still be with them, be like, oh, but that's black love. No, we're using black love as a detriment to women to be able to take whatever abuse, whatever we should be able to take because we're so attached to being with black men. No, thank you. Like that's a real conversation. All this black love, baby. There's another couple have a baby. I know YouTubers who she had a got a baby on her. She wasn't even married to this man, and she still stayed. Are you crazy, or are you a pick me? That's what I should do a video on that.
Go where you are wanted
Mic drop.
because men are men. That's first and foremost. Men are men. Okay, so go where you're wanted. Go who's attracted to who you're attracted to. Date who you want to date because race don't matter when it come to men. They all men.
They are all men. I was gonna ask, have y'all watched this episode? Have y'all watched? Do y'all watch Love Is Blind?
I seen the first. I seen a couple
Yeah,
episodes, but like not.
Love is Blind. I'm gonna say two. I'm gonna say this thing, and then I'm gonna talk about Love is Blind. One, I don't know if I've told you this, but I think if a woman wants to get married and have children, she's gonna have to be some level of pick me. And I think that that's a conversation to have. And I say that as somebody who doesn't want children. I can move differently than women who do want marriage and children. That's number one. But number two, Love is Blind. Huh?
You don't want to get married either.
It's not something that I want to do. If I meet a man and he inspires me enough to want to marry him, sure. But it's not like a life goal of mine. But if I wanted children, I would absolutely be trying to pursue marriage. And at my big age of 35 right now, the way that I would be desperate, the way that I would be overlooking red flags, the way that I would be willing to settle, the way that I would be willing to tolerate a piece of a man just so that I can have this vision of a life I've always wanted, especially because I'm approaching 40. I think phrasing it the way that I'm phrasing it sounds harsh, but in reality, I feel like that's what a lot of women do, right? I'm in a financial position where I can go do IVF if I want to. I can go like this journey alone. But if I was not in the financial position to do that and I didn't have a community around me who would then help raise said child, I would literally be looking and be willing to settle for whatever that I could get. And I feel like a lot of women, I feel like a lot of women are with the person that they settled for.
Absolutely.
And which brings me to a great point. I've reached a conclusion after watching this season of Love is Blind. If a man is in his 30s and he is unmarried, has never been married and all that, it's because something is wrong with him.
Yeah.
He is not an eligible bachelor because for men it's not difficult for them to go find a quality woman because every time I watch that show, the women quality. The men piss poor, which brings me to my conclusion that for a lot of Black women, we are going to be great second wives.
Yeah.
Wow. About the pick me is me and my friend talked about that. Like we wasn't saying pick me, but we was like women wanted like you do kind of want to be chosen, and so you are going to have to kind of like do something to basically be chosen. But we was talking about pick me because we were like we both can pick. We could both pick, but like in that grand scheme of things, if you want that white picket fence, like you're gonna have to deal with something, and it's so sad that these men are not. Someone's saying that like an average man is like a woman, like a great woman is like an average man or something like that. Basically, like men are average and women can be all this stellar. And I agree with you.
A great man is an average woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, and I agree with you because I'm like those line they begin the most desperate women, and it's so sad that they begin the most desperate women to get on there, but then they be having horrible men. But I was going to say that we like pick me does sound bad, and you do have to do that if you want the kids and you want to get married, and because that's all that people know. And I think that that is kind of where we're at, like, but they're going on the show and none of them even be liking black women. So I'm like, black women need to quit going on there because we keep getting embarrassed and shown like this whole thing about Kia, Kevin, and Tyler, like that did not need to be shown. Why are y'all wanting to show embarrassment of black people? And and
Y'all, because he didn't even sign up for the show. They scouted him on social media. And
Oh,
if I were a black man, I would be pissed at the representation they choose for that show on behalf of black men. Because what do you mean he's a bum?
he
What
didn't
do you mean huh?
he didn't apply. None of them
No,
is
they
applying.
reached out to him via social media, and that is the quality of black men that they're choosing. And I'm gonna push back a little bit on black women need to like stop going on these shows. I think these shows need to do a better job at screening men who are willing to date black women.
But
I
yeah,
would honestly love a season of Love is Blind where
right.
all of the women are black and
Mm,
they screen for men. Do you want to date black women?
mm.
Yes or no? Have you dated black women? Yes or no? Are you willing to be on a show where all of the women are black? And regardless of the race of the man, allow them to enter the experiment and see what that dating experience would be like. I would be okay if they did that with all Asian women, if they did that with all Latino women as well. I would really like to see what a show would what that type of show based in the US would look like
yeah.
because what they're doing are just screening men who are willing to date.
And that's what I'm saying though. They won't ever do that. But I think, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's all women. I'm like it's all women because even the white men, they're not. The white men ain't good. And I'm saying that the women are that's because women are applying. Some of the women didn't apply, but a couple women are applying. But the men, they're messaging them on LinkedIn. They're doing this, so like they're getting dues, and they tell them like you don't have to get married. So it's really an entertainment. That's why I think that black women should
Yeah.
stop going on there because at the end of the day, we're just going to get embarrassed or we're just not going to get chosen. And then how does that look and how does that media portray to women in the real dating life is that we're not enough to
Right.
be loved. So that's why I don't like that. And then they have Vic on there and we barely see Vic. And to your point, somebody was like, he's 30, he's a professor. Locks, everybody think he's cute, he fine. Why is he not married?
Very unpopular opinion.
What? He's not cute?
Oh no, he's very attractive.
Okay.
I just have a very unpopular opinion.
Oh, okay. What is I thought that was that, but what's the unpopular opinion? I want to hear.
We can talk about it when we're not live.
Okay. Okay, but I'm like, that's a red like, but I'm like, it's a red flag. Like, why has he not found nobody? Now I heard that this is already on the internet. I heard that he was engaged before. Allegedly, that's what they said to a white woman. I don't know if that's true or not. But we got black men on there. Devontae thinking that he not black and trying to go by Devo. So I'm just like, how much? And Christopher Lee is a white
Devo is more black than Devontae.
how like that's the blackest you could get. Okay, but going by Devo. And that's why he went by Devo because he didn't want the people to know that he was black. But you're black. And so I'm like that's why we don't need to go on those shows because it's just an embarrassment over and over again. But then also we see that men are not even even in other what is it called races, they're not even that good either. Alex is a liar, and I'm sorry if you didn't watch this or whatever, but like Alex is a liar. I was gonna bring up Jordan because you were talking about like bigger men. He got a whole CPAP machine, and they making jokes about it. But and he only in his 30s. He got a CPAP machine. But let a woman have a CPAP machine, it's like, oh my gosh, she can't breathe, or they be blah blah. He got a whole CPAP machine, and they laughing about it. But I think
On camera with it, talking about doing the nasty with it on.
And Devontae is bigger too. So them are two bigger men on that show. Only big. I said, okay, bigger men. Where's the bigger women at? Not even there. Not even inside. They got about size 0, which is Amber, but I love Amber down, kind of. But I'm just like, what is it? So I just don't understand why we have this. And I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all think the media like fetishizes bigger women?
How
I think they got an obsession.
because the way I define it would be no, but I think there is something that happens with in the media with Black women, but I don't know if I would call it,
Oh no, bigger women, not Black women. I'm sorry.
or bigger women. I don't know if I would call it fetishizing though.
I would say
'Cause to
obsession,
me,
like,
fetishizing still has an underlying level of desire
Mm,
yeah,
to it. There's an underlying, um, I want this like a crate, like you know what I mean? Like it may be problematic why you want it, but you still want it. And
mhm.
I don't feel like that is what happens with bigger women in the media.
yeah.
I guess people like when people are talking about like dating, they be like, "Oh, you're fetish like you fetishize a bigger woman," like like kind of like when they love. And this is the funny thing too, right? Men love to date single mothers because they always having snacks. What? So is you big? Or is you like, oh, I want to say mom because she knows how to take because she has snacks. So that's what I was thinking. Or like, it's like women with dating, and maybe media wasn't right, but it's like, oh, you fetishizing a big woman, like, oh, you like this about a big woman, but you don't really like the big woman, like you fetishize it. It's kind of like the BBW type of thing. It's kind of
I
what.
think men who say, "Oh, I date women with kids," you need to watch them. Like, I think you got to watch them. Like, that's my opinion. Like, I mean, it can happen, but for the most part, knowing men, you gotta be careful with your kids. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
be careful with your kids, and I don't know. That
And they
just
be
don't
having
feel
they be having the man at the house the next week, child, in the house
right.
coming
Babysitting them and all that.
like,
No,
no, thank you.
no.
I will say that my ex, he doesn't have kids,
Mhm.
and he, due to some personal things, he doesn't necessarily want to have biological children because of some family health stuff. So he would be the type to date a woman with children because although he doesn't want biological children, he would like to be involved in like
Mm.
raising children and being a father and all that. So he would be the ideal type to date somebody with children. How he ended up with somebody who didn't want them at all.
Ah,
I don't know.
ah.
I think it does depend on circumstances. Like
Yeah, it
depends
does.
on issues and
But it's
conversations.
up to the woman to
Yeah, do a
decipher
research and all
that
that.
before you allow these men around your kids
Yeah.
Exactly.
and be bringing them into your home. Like,
Yeah.
Bring them in your home because do they
trust,
have a home?
verify.
Right.
Like, do they have a home?
Right.
Why
That
they have
part.
a home?
Right, because my home has a pink wall.
Yes, and I love it.
Ah.
And that's just like it's crazy. That's a whole other conversation though. But
Okay.
yes. Do y'all have anything else to say? We kind of talked about already about the Serena and Venus and like dating whatever
Hmm.
how it looks and stuff like that. But I feel like we hit all the points. Do y'all feel like we missed anything?
I don't. I think that my eyes were open because I came in here, with a kind of societal opinion about things, the way I was treated and how I grew up, and to
Mhm.
hear other perspective of it from you guys, like really like gave me like, okay, well, I need to think a little bit about this way. So I think I gained some knowledge inside this in this video like we was doing, like, so I appreciate that a lot.
I love that. And I think back to what Ashley was saying, like it really does depend on where you live at. And I thought about it too, even with California, like I'm like, I really want to move there, but I'm just like, it is society because it's like I just know how people treat you, how this, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. And then, but it's like, you grow up in the South, like they might like, bigger women, whatever, they think you could cook or do whatever. Like Midwest, like, they like big women, like they might dark women. But like if you're up on the East Coast, like you see all these different type of people, or you see more different people. Like if you think about New York and stuff like that, like it's a plethora of women are it's like races, religion. I'm trying to think of the like backgrounds, like ethnicity. That's what I was thinking of. So I
Yeah.
think it does depend on where you're at. Versus if you're in a smaller town, you're not going to see that many other people. So you're only going to see what like people that look like you most likely.
Hmm.
That does kind of like um have a layer of conversation because what society sees or like what you see on TV may not be everything that you see every day. But like me and my friend, we talked about it on the channel. We talked about the America's Next Top Model about how they're like talking about dark skinned women, how they were like Tyra was talking about are like bigger women that weren't even big, child. That's a conversation. But like calling them big is like you can see that portrayal of like, oh, you're dark, so this, or like, oh, you're this, so you're that, and just like that portrays into women and heavily influences you. But what do you see on the day to day? That's the jokes we were talking about earlier, like, oh, the pressures are in the classroom, are like, oh, you're ugly, or you're like, you're too ugly, you too dark, or whatever. Like that stuff really molds you, and I think it does also it can come from your household. But my household, I was never called ugly. I was never called anything like that. So that goes into that thing too. But people are like, oh, what's your confidence? What's your this? Is like, I just had to build my confidence. Honestly, I don't really know. I thought maybe I was ugly because I didn't see darker skinned women on TV. But then now you hear black and the berry, the juice, and everybody want dark skin. They like the chocolate. Oh, now y'all want it, right? So I think it's society and what changes and stuff that happens, but also what's going on in your house and people who do have kids. How are you raising your kids? If you're saying like, oh, I'm ugly, like I don't like my skin, I like that's going to portray and that's going to be taught to your children if you have them, or even in your friends. So I think that we need to go back to what's in the household and stuff like that can be toxic too. Or like, oh, don't go outside. Like, well, don't go outside because you might be dark. Well, lo and behold, every black woman I know, we got low vitamin D and we need the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that my phone is popping when the sun is up in there. So it's just like training your brain, altering your brain, thinking about what is good for you, what works for you, or whatever. Like, I think that's another thing too. Or growing up, like being told, like, oh, you got to eat all your food, eat all your food. Now you don't have to eat all your food. But like, you couldn't even leave the table without eating all your food. Well, now,
Mm-hmm.
okay, maybe I have to eat everything, right? So I think that goes all into the conversations that we're having, how you're raised, what you're watching, and just really like putting in like positive things, affirmations, or looking at people, doing things that you want to do for yourself and finding things that you love. If you love to dance, you go ahead and do that. If you want to go do that, like I think that can be really how like women, bigger or small, but like really pour into yourself, learn you, and also don't look for outside validation. I think that's the biggest thing too. Like
Yeah.
quit looking for outside validation. People could validate you as well as they could tear you down.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
I,
Yep. That's true.
I have a little bit different perspective on that because I'm one of those people that believe self-esteem does not exist in a vacuum. And in order for you to start to develop self-esteem, I do think to some degree you do need that outside validation. You need people to reinforce certain things about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I I don't like the narrative that self-esteem is about you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it's about me, but one of the ways you develop self-esteem is by people reinforcing things in you, by people telling you you're smart, by people telling you you're pretty, by people telling you you're a kind person. Just
Mm-hmm.
like if somebody tells you nothing but negative, that you're a piece of crap and you're stupid and you believe that, like the flip side of that is true as well. If somebody can tear down your self-esteem because they're being rude, negative, and all that kind of stuff, the flip side is true where people can also build the self-esteem, which is making me think about like fetishizing. Like, sure, that's problematic, but if you are a little just a little black girl who's been told you're black as tar, you're ugly, you look like a monkey, blah blah blah, and then somebody who comes along, they may be fetishizing you, but if they're giving you compliments for the first time, they're telling you you're beautiful for the first time, they like your hair, they like your skin tone, that is going to feel completely different than all of the experiences that you've had before. And sometimes those canon events are necessary for you to make it onto the other side to be able to clock that behavior
Yeah.
and be strong enough to stay away from that behavior. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
outside of what we talked about, the only thing that I will say is that, like, the way plus size women get hate when they decide to lose weight
Mm-hmm.
is a conversation for another time. But I
Yeah.
think the way that people react to plus size women who decided to lose weight is very, like, there's a lot of cognitive dissonance to me because she was just a fat, lazy slob.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, this is only about women because men don't ever get this reaction. And now that she's lost weight, she's a sellout. She didn't love herself. She hated herself and everything. So what is it?
They
And
don't know.
that is the only thing that, like, we really need to have a conversation about the ways
Yeah.
that we react to bigger women who are
Yeah.
deciding to lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
when I
agree.
was talking about outside validation, I guess I was talking about mostly like media and social media. Like, don't look for like media to validate you. Like
Yeah.
TV, media, not like say like if we're friends, like I'm not saying like don't take like, oh, if your friends like, oh, your outfit is cute. But I'm talking about outside validation as in like media, society, or like even on social media, if they like they're not your people. That's what I was talking about. Like, don't always look for social media to validate you because then that can go into a I'm doing everything for social media. So
Yeah.
not necessarily like friendship and like family. That's not kind of what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of clear that up. And to your point about when women try to lose weight or like it's not about men, there's this man on Instagram And it's funny, but like I look at the comments because I see about bigger comments. He's talking about losing weight, but he's also a comedian. But he's talking about losing weight. He's talking about like, oh, I'm so skinny. Oh, I'm so skinny. And he's not even skinny. It's the joke of like he's like I went to the gym. No, he's like I went to the gym. I went to the gym and I did this, but he's just playing in people's gym. He just
Mm.
he's like going to this machine, going to that machine. Then he's like, oh, when you feel like you skinny, he's still the same size, but he's like, oh, I can fit through this when I'm skinny. And it's funny content, but I think about it as in like people in the comments like, oh, I can't even see you, or oh, like yes, honey, you lose weight, like oh, but it's like it's the funny, it's the this is the that when the comments when a man do it. But watch a woman, if a woman do it, they be like, girl, you delusional, you still big, girl, you this, you still big. But he
Yeah.
because he's a comedian, and I mean that's kind of funny, whatever. But like he could be like, oh yeah, I'm eating this, or oh I'm doing this, and not doing anything of trying to lose weight. And I'm not really speaking on him per se, but just the content itself. But then a woman, she be like, oh, okay, our women like, oh, did I lose weight? Oh, did I lose weight? They be like, girl, you still big, or girl, you still big. So it's kind of just like with like the conversation of what you're
Hmm.
just like it's still gonna be it. One, you're big, you're black, but oh now you're a woman.
Yep.
But if you're a man with money and you're big, you're like, oh, it's okay. So yeah, I
Yep.
definitely can see that. So I hope y'all enjoy this conversation. I thank you so much for coming on. I hope y'all enjoy the conversation. If y'all watching the replay, make sure you comment and say where you're like watching it from, what you think about this conversation. I think these conversations are very, very important. So I'm glad that we can have these as well. And maybe more around this thing. Maybe it could be like more, I would say one day, like not where it's online, but this is where we have to kind of start at. But like
Mhm.
more in person are more like where it's just like, closed conversations for these things. But I think sometimes that these conversations need to be out there and there needs to be a voice to it. And
Yeah.
so I think that that's very important. And if you do like these, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tomorrow is first Sunday. February is over so quickly. Black History Month is coming out as we leave and we head into Women History Month. There's a couple things that are happening. I'm going live tomorrow to talk about insecure and what we learned from insecure friendships and navigating careerhood as women in corporate America, child. It's a lot there as well. But then if you just want to listen to Black Girls Den podcast, we post every Wednesday a new episode where we talk about womanhood and media and how we navigate that as women. So
Mhm.
if y'all enjoy that, make sure you subscribe there. And next month it is Women History Month, so we're going to be talking about some, pioneer women on the salon. So make sure you come and just subscribe because I think it's going to be on the second and fourth Sunday, not
Mhm.
yeah, or the third and fourth Sunday. So thank y'all for being a guest. Do y'all have anything that y'all are working on that y'all would like to promote?
My business.
Oh yes,
Go to authentic.com, official
I love
authentic. You know what
the
I'm
name.
saying? Get your gear.
Yes, I do love the name Authentic. I think that's really cute. What do you sell?
I just sound like hoodies and sweatpants. Like, it's the brand really behind it. It's just, it's it's like I spelt it that way because you know how you tell people like your story and they're like, oh, that's a sad story, and they like kind of sympathize with you. And then is the in between, the messy in between where you're seeing the information, you're seeing your life and you're like, what can I do to change it? And the tick is the action. So I
Mm,
spelled it authentic, like authentic. I spelled it that way.
oh,
But it's about getting your life and doing and not knowing that your past is not your future. And
mhm.
what matters is how you make that change.
Yes, I love that.
Hmm.
And I
Absolutely.
ain't got nothing.
Oh, you don't have anything? Okay, that's good.
And then follow me on social media.
Like,
Now that I've quit my job, I'm about to be like doing more stuff.
Mhm.
But for now, nope, just happy to be here.
yes,
Oh,
thank
heck
you so much.
yeah.
I'll talk to you about that offline because we did an episode like on mental health and we talked about like quitting our jobs for your mental health. I don't know if that's your thing, but we talk about it offline. But congratulations. Hopefully you're
Yes.
enjoying all your time.
Yes.
I can't wait to get there one day.
Right? That part.
But if y'all like this, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all tomorrow if you come or sometime in March. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you all can